I think understanding digital customers is being able to, almost have that sort of CCTV type understanding of how people are using it, but achieve that at scale, so that we can see where customers, what they want to do before they arrive, and we can do a good job of getting everything else out of the way. So generally, people, they have one thing in mind when they visit you. They want to accomplish one thing, and I think in us being in a position where we can spot that, clear the decks, and just make it very, very seamless experience. And your experience may be different to mine, and you may want to have a sort of a fast top line experience of just finding out a few things and then doing it. I may want to research it much more carefully. So I think in terms of the Nirvana, would be able to spot that without the customer noticing and being able to present it to them. That would be wonderful. I think as businesses, we tend to be huge fans of our own opinions. We are most likely wrong, and we need to understand that. So if you say we're a customer-obsessed organization, then you listen to your customers. So, and there is a rule of digitization which says that 80% of everything you put online doesn't work in the way that you think it would do. And not that it doesn't work, but it just doesn't work in the way that you think it would do. So we guess wrong all the time, and we need to understand that. So when we put things out there, it should only ever be a hypothesis of what it should be. We should let our customers use it, and if they like it, or if they like a different version of it, they win. They always win. I think there's a what and why that goes on. So often we can use data, and we can use some of our web analytics platform to spot that something doesn't look right. That a lot of people who were doing this step didn't go to this step, or something like that. The why becomes, sometimes it's you look at the experience and you can just immediately see it, or sometimes you need to look at more advanced analytic tools and techniques. So we use a lot of Clicktale to be able to see customers going through it, and then suddenly that why, like why is that happening, becomes very clear. You can see that there's an element of a form that doesn't work properly, or there's an image that people are clicking on presuming it's a button. There's many things that just spring to mind when you see that. So I think using data to change digital journeys has been, there's many examples. Two that spring immediately to mind is one where we're a fantastically fast-moving organization and a tremendous retailer. So we work at an incredible pace. We would put we put live the launch of a new device, a new phone from a big manufacturer, and this gathers a tremendous amount of excitement from our customer base and new customers who are considering joining T-Mobile alike. They want to be first in line to get this. So a week before this device even launches, people are registering, and we use the data that we saw that customers and prospects for this relatively straightforward pre-registration thing, the completion rates were different. And this immediately sort of struck us like, well, why would that be? It's a very simple form. Just tell us your phone number and email, and we'll get back to you when it's ready. And going from that to being able to look at the data, seeing that the completion rates were different, actually, and we used Clicktale to pull in some of the people that started and did not finish this form, and we saw that actually there was a piece of tracking URL that was on some paid media that was breaking the experience. So it was one of the things where it was taking it down a few percent, but we were effectively wasting money we were spending in that area. More importantly, we were bringing in customers who were potentially looking to join T-Mobile and giving them an experience that didn't work properly. And that's not what we want to do. So from that moment of live to spotting it to fixing it was about an hour and a half. And I think the data enabled us to do that. Otherwise, potentially this could have gone on running for a little while, because it didn't zero any figures, it just 20% of them, which is always the tough ones to spot. So that's one example where you can fix issues very, very quickly. Another one that springs to mind is that we had a page that was devoted to our travel offering, which is that we're brilliant. If you're an international traveler, you should be with T-Mobile, because we work very seamlessly in around 210 countries now, right out of the box. And we had these pages explaining this, which were service pages really for our existing customers. But we found actually through looking at the data, these were being shopped pages. These are people who are considering T-Mobile because of the strength of our travel offering and our travel coverage. So, but we had no way for them to transact and join on those. So it was only by understanding that we could then test in that hypothesis and find it worked. Modern digital experiences are extremely complex and have huge numbers of facets and huge numbers of areas, and to be able to know exactly what's going on everywhere is very tough. You need the data to show you where to look, and then when you've zoned in on that area, then the right tools to give you a very, very good sort of microscopic view.